Hey all, Chris Bassett here, and I've been playing with a little AI. I'll be showing you how to accelerate some of the goals that you have by using this technology. And so on today's video, I've got 10 prompts that are focused on actionable insights for financial success. Like, okay, Chris, what does that mean? Several of the AI that I like to use, I use Gemini, Chat GPT, and then Grok on X, the X platform, Twitter. And so I think they all work very well. They do occasionally make mistakes, but they do have a lot of great information that can help push towards things. So today, got 10 detailed and unique prompts for AI. So what you'll do is you'll take these prompts, customize it for yourself, and then enter it into the AI, and it'll spit out a plan you can follow if you're wanting to be financially successful or get rid of some bills or side hustles and so on and so forth. So for number one, it says personalized budget overhaul and optimization. Analyze my detailed monthly spending breakdown for the last 3 months. And then you punch in that information. So you'll put in like your income, your mortgage, your utilities, groceries, transportation, subscriptions, dining out, entertainment, personal care, debts, and miscellaneous. My primary financial goal is to, and then whatever you want to do. If you want to save money, if you want to pay stuff down, identified the top 3 to 5 categories that have the most potential to cut back without drastically reducing the quality of life. So it'll help manage your finances, basically. You punch this prompt in, and it'll spit out a plan saying like, hey, maybe you ought to take it easy on Netflix or whatever. But it'll be personalized towards you, which is why this is so neat. Also, I'll put all of the plans down in the video description so you can copy paste. And so you just look at the video description on a browser, copy paste it into one of the 3 that I suggested. Like I said, those are my 3 favorite. They seem to be doing the best or most accurate information. All right, for number 2, debt reducing strategy comparison. So you have the following debts. So you got a lot of credit cards or student loans. You'll punch those in, and then give the exact. It needs information. So the more detailed you can make the prompt, the better it'll make a plan that is formulated specifically to your situation. So, punch in your car loan, your whatever, and then you can allocate how much additional money you can pay towards debt repayment and minimums. And what's nice about this is it'll show you a projected payoff timeline. So this will kind of give you like a plan, so you're not just like, I have to pay this money forever or whatever. You can be like, okay, well, in 36 months, 3 years, I'll have all this paid off if I follow this plan. So that's nice to see, and it kind of takes some weight off your shoulders, so you're just not in that spiral of like, I'm just paying. Number 3, beginner's diversified investment portfolio construction. So you can say, I'm a complete beginner to investing. I'm looking to invest X initially for potentially contribute Y per month. My time horizon is however long. And so this will give you now all the AI bots recommend that they're not financial advisors, and the markets change and there's volatility and stuff. But if you're like wanting to get into it, it'll help explain things a little more accurately and kind of give you some common ideas. So you could, say you want to build your portfolio into some kind of a passive where you get dividends back. It would kind of give you ideas in that situation. I like number 4 personally. It's a side hustle idea generation based on your skills and resources. So it says generate 5 to 7 potential side hustles tailored to my profile. My primary skills are, then you list whatever skills you have. So graphic design, writing, social media management, baking, data entry, and then how many weeks you can do this thing. So say you just want to do it a few hours a night. You can specify time slots, like in the evenings. If you have any startup capital, so if you want to, spend $0, or if you want to buy, like say want to bake, if I want to buy some pans or something to bake into, I have access to, and then you list any resources that you have. So like the internet, a computer, a car, a kitchen, stove if you're baking. My income goal is approximately Y per month. So then you kind of say, well, I want to make an extra $500 a month. For each idea, provide a brief description, estimate the startup cost, and list like just 3 concrete steps I need to take to get started. And the nice thing about the AI is you can then continue to ask more questions, and it'll continue to build on the answer. So I've actually used this to make several different things that are now potentially money-making. So I've made a couple digital products, built a website, I got the YouTube channel. So this actually is pretty decent if you are an entrepreneurial mindset or you're looking to make some side income from your main job. Number 5, retirement savings gap analysis and strategy formulation. I'm currently, however, old, and I want to retire at this age. You can calculate like your retirement savings, how much money you've got. So like for myself, I've retired at 40 years old. I'm not working other than for myself. Like I don't go into a job and work. So I've got between savings and how I've set up my life. I work from home basically. And so it's pretty nice. But this will give you like a basic plan, and it'll calculate the math involved with, what your cost of living is versus the inflation rate and your savings. It'll kind of give you a goal if you're like, I need to have this amount of money at this time to retire. And then it could also show like different impacts if you want to adjust, like if you want to work longer or you want to retire sooner. So that's a pretty fun prompt to play with. Number 6, simplifying a complex financial concept with analogies. So it'll make things a lot simpler. If you're having trouble understanding, like here, it says explain the concept of compound interest, options trading, cryptocurrency, blockchain, tax loss harvesting. You could basically ask it any question if you're looking from like a business or financial standpoint. And it says, explain it to me as a curious teenager or someone completely new, which I use that prompt a lot for myself. Like I'm like, please explain this step by step in great detail as simply as possible. So because I'm a bonehead. So use 2 different clear analogies to illustrate core mechanisms and important risks. Avoid jargon and explain it simply as possible. And so that'll really break complex ideas down and make it easier to absorb. I know when I used to train people at my job, I would try to simplify the concept of what we're doing to the most basic components for teaching. And that's probably why they put me in charge of training, was because I tried to simplify everything as best as possible. Salary negotiation, preparation, and strategy. I'm preparing for a salary negotiation as my current role. So you can use this prompt if you're wanting to talk to your boss about a raise, and it'll give you a step-by-step plan to state your case as best as it possibly can. And it just says like you want to list accomplishments like I've increased department efficiency, I've managed this project, I've received positive client feedback. And so this is a nice prompt to negotiate your salary increase. But I haven't technically used that one, but it looks like it'd be a solid way to ask your boss for a raise, basically. Number 8, financial goal prioritization framework. So I have multiple competing financial goals, desired timelines. So like say you want to pay off a credit card, but you also want to save $20K for a house payment, and then you also want to build an emergency fund. You also want to invest 300 months and then save for vacation. This is all overwhelming because you're like, well, I don't really have the finances to be able to do all these goals that I have. Well, this will kind of break it down for you into a plan, to like a structured plan, where it says help me create a prioritization framework, and that way you can kind of tackle them one at a time, and that way you're not overwhelmed, and that makes it easier to kind of see what the path is, or the path moving forward should be. Number 9, identifying and overcoming a behavioral financial bias. So I suspect I struggle with loss aversion, herd mentality, overconfidence, anchoring bias, mental accounting. Explain. So this will kind of break down like if you are struggle with spending or saving or investing, it'll help you basically understand your behaviors, and then you can implement and recognize an influence bias on my financial actions, drawing from principles on behavioral finance. So if you are the kind of person that struggles with like impulse buys or something, this can kind of help you understand yourself and overcome that. So you could, save money or spend a little more wisely. Number 10, major purchase savings plan checklist. So if you want to buy a house, I know this market's pretty crazy right now, and if you're looking to buy a house and you're like, how will I save money, and so I can have a down payment and stuff, and this will kind of give you a plan for that. So you like, I want to buy a house next year, I need to save $3,500 for a down payment and closing costs. My current household income is $40,000 a year. I currently have whatever saved, $0 saved. Create a step-by-step detailed savings plan and calculate all of the additional information that you'd need. So you can create a checklist that I need to work on simultaneously: improving credit score, reducing debt-to-income ratio, getting pre-approved, listing potential obstacles or unexpected costs. So like I said, all these can help you be financially successful. I think they're all great prompts, and I'll put them in the description down below if you want to copy paste, and then put in the comments if it's helpful or what your answers were, because I'd like to read that. That's super interesting. But anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Later.